Hi, and it's Howard. Today we're going to do a little video on healthy eating. Now, one of the reasons this is so important to me is health is wealth. It's something you hear me speak about a lot, or you will do in some of our videos. It's something I take quite seriously around fitness and eating. I try and do my best around work as well, but everyone says I overwork. For me, it's hard to see it as overworking because I'm building towards my dreams. You know, we've got all sorts of projects on the go, and of course I got a very demanding day job, which ultimately helps me pay for, or pays me to live, so I can do all my other projects. So try my best to do some healthy eating. Now, I'm actually been trying to intermittently fast because I've put on a couple of pounds and it's all gone round my belly. So someone said to me a long time ago, you look like a skinny pregnant man on site. Or he used to call me the skinniest fat man he knew. And he was right. It was a bit of banter. He didn't mean anything behind it. I didn't really get hurt by it, but you know what, he's right, and I wasn't too happy with my belly. I stopped fasting so I could try and put on a bit more muscle, and my belly's come back a year, 2 years later. I can't remember where it is. So I have been trying to intermittently fast. However, this morning it's been mental since 7 AM. I've had constant changes with the staff, constant changes with the guys. It's been absolutely exhausting. Recorded a few videos, and I'm starting to get shot to pieces. I need to eat something. My body's screaming out, you've got to eat something. It's 11 o'clock now. I tried to wait till 1 o'clock, but you know, I've been on the go since 7, 10 phone calls by 8. So I've got to get some nutrition in my body if I want to keep functioning at a good level. So one thing I do a lot of, I'm going to eat some vegetables. Not just your bland, how my mum used to make, boiled to death. Basically the green stuff's so boiled it goes white. I didn't realise cauliflower was white. I just thought my mum overboiled broccoli so much it turned white because all the flavour had been sapped out of it. That is the English way, you know. So I got this from one. So every morning I go for a walk before work. I do this to kind of refresh myself, wake myself up, walk down to my local shop, grab a coffee, arguably not the healthiest practice, but stuff it, walk around the block and come back. It helps set me, calm me, put some music in, put something motivational in, put some YouTube videos about some fantastic people speaking about all sorts of things. This morning was on gratitude, actually, and it helps set me up for a very demanding job. Now, what I do sometimes do as well, whenever they got some stuff they put in the reduced aisle, I get some, and I got these for 60p, normally £1.50. I'm not too precious about cost. I do have quite a well-paid job, so I'm very lucky in that. It's very demanding. I work very hard for it. But the way I look at it, as you know, I'm an alcoholic. I don't drink, I don't smoke. My vice is trying to eat healthy, and you know, my vice is food, really. That's what I spend a little bit of the money I spend on. I save God knows how much compared to what I used to on drinks. So I wouldn't mind spending £1.50 on food, but every morning they got some reduced. I'm like, bonus nutrition, get it in. So that's what we're gonna cook today. So we are gonna cook. There's a few little marinades and techniques I like to do. They generally involve frying it like a bad man. Tiny bit of olive oil in the pan. We've already got the pan hot. We're gonna turn the fan on minimum, and hopefully it doesn't make too much noise, but you wanna get that pan nice and hot. Don't drop the bag in, get it cooking up. Now, I like to get all the stalks to the bottom because they're the hard bit that's gonna take a while to cook. So I like to flip them all up, get them cooking, whack it in like that. So I should have really said some of the other things while this is busy away cooking, but I didn't. What we're going to add to it, for me, you don't have to, chili flakes. I like a good bit of spice these days. Funnily enough, there was a time our cameraman, Ryan, still can't take heat. 5 years ago, black pepper was too hot for me. We had a lodger in from Southall, another alcoholic who when he lost his home, we let him stay here for a bit. He ended up staying for 2 years. Fantastic guy. He taught me how to eat chilies. He trained me how to eat chilies. And once you start, you can't stop. It's like Pringles. Don't touch it and then rub your eyes because it stings like a bitch. However, don't eat this stuff. This stuff will kill you. I'm not even joking. This is my wife's chicken flavour chili oil with tofu. This is not for white people. I'm telling you, if you're white, you're gonna die. I don't even dare take the cap off this. I've grown the world's hottest chilies. I've got 4 types of chilies growing at the minute. This ain't for white people, trust me. Anyway, so I'm gonna give it another little shake up. I'm gonna crack up the heat on that because it's not hot enough. And what I'm gonna add to this, we really want, or I really want, a bit of charring on the base, a bit of discoloration, because it's really gonna add to it. You can add some butter and kind of cook it down. You get a nice nutty flavour. I sound like I know what I'm talking about. I'm just an amateur, a very amateur, not very good cook. So I'm not your next Gordon Ramsay. Don't expect that. I'm a fussy eater. I'm a pain in the bum, but that's me. So, got some soy sauce. Now the good thing about adding a liquid, I'm gonna wait till the heat cranks up and we get a little bit of that charring discoloration. Then I'm gonna add some liquid. Soy sauce has salt in it. Dark soy sauce has less salt in it. Light soy sauce has more salt in it. So if you want a bit less salt, use dark soy sauce. The good thing about this or a liquid is you pour it in, give it a shake up, it actually steams it a little bit, so it helps the prolonged cooking process. It softens a bit of the cooking process and steams it. You can put a lid on it as well to help trap some of the steam in. I don't want that right now. I want to get it all charring up. Listen to that noise. I want that discoloration starting. I want quite a bit of discoloration starting on there. I want it to start to char in the odd place because there's a good bit of flavour in that. It's to my liking. So, seasoning, the most important thing you can do is seasoning. Where's our seasoning gone? God only knows. Where has the wife put it? Ah, yeah, I left it through the other room. I'm not going to add salt to it because we've got enough salt. So what I'm going to do now, in my seasoning / cup drawer, my jerk spice. No, focus Howard, focus. Don't get caught in. Oh, these are some vicious chilies we grew, Thailand chilies. Don't add too many of them. White pepper. I'm going to add a little bit of white pepper just because the black pepper's in the other room. Bit sweeter, bit softer in many ways than black pepper. Not to everyone's taste. See, we're starting to get a bit of steam and a bit of je ne sais quoi added. I'm going to keep it burning up a bit. That's the kind of thing we're looking for right there. That kind of discoloration, that kind of blackened. I want it a little bit more. I'm going to turn it up to 9. I've somehow turned the second ring off. Let's go. Let's go. Give it a little bit more cooking. Like I said, I want all those stalks cooking up good. Cooking up good. So they're the hard bit, they're the tough bit. The top of the broccoli or the cauliflower will char a lot easier, and also it cooks a lot quicker because it's a lot softer. It's those big stalks. Some people aren't a fan. To be honest, I'm not a fan of broccoli. I dislike broccoli. Cauliflower is just a meh. Carrots are okay. I don't really like vegetables. I'm not here eating them because I like them. I'm going to make them more interesting. I'm here eating them because they're healthy and nutritious, and I value what I put into my body on the whole. Unlike the old days where I used to put anything in my in my body. Oh God, he's gonna leave that one in, isn't he? Right, we got some good steam kicking out of this now. That's all the water and smoke coming off the vegetables. So a little bit of soy sauce. Hear that bubbling away? Yeah. Let's get that. Oh, that's the kind of charring we're looking for. Yeah. Let's get that frying up. Right. steamy chili. Right, obviously if you're cooking for people, don't put your fingers in it. I'm doing it because I'm showing you how it's cooked, trying to show you things like that. Yeah, it's going to cook off all the germs if you cook it high enough and cook it right, but it's not really good etiquette when you're serving up for people to do that. So, now as I said, if you really want to steam them down, you could put a lid on that, particularly after you've added that. Liam Perrins is another one. My tips with them is don't overdo it, particularly soy sauce, because it's salty. If you add salt and then add that, as I've done before, it becomes very salty. So I wouldn't recommend that to everyone. Yeah, you could put a lid on it after you pour the water in it. It's going to trap more of the steam in there and just really steam it good. Really keep the flavours in. So here we go. Fabrizio Romano. Get that serving up. It's not a lot more to do right now. We just wait. We play the waiting game. We try not to get drawn into the spice drawer and try and experiment with some stuff that may or may not work. Oh, Japanese spice, sashimi. Woo. Woo. Found that out at Wagamama's. That's a beast. I love that one. Right, put that away. You don't have to add any spice to this. You could just do it with soy, another flavour, chicken stock. You could do it a number of different things. Probably more recipes online because I just make this shit up as I go along. But there we go. That is how we very quickly get a 10-minute healthy eat. Coughing a bit. That fan should be on hotter, and I managed to get chili steam down the back of my throat. I don't want to turn that fan up a bit more because we're trying to film. So, but that's how we do it. That's done. Cooked to your liking. I prefer it crunchy and hard. Al dente, the Italians would call it. My wife really likes it soft. My wife likes her vegetables soft because that's how she likes it. So we compromise and make sure it's soft for her. But she ain't eating this, so I'm gonna have it al dente, and I'm gonna serve that up in a bowl. That was gonna be my healthy breakfast. 10 minutes, cost me 68p or 60p. Nice little start to the day. Like I said, I should be fasting, but I'm not. This will be the next best thing. Sometimes I don't always eat that all at once. Sometimes I eat half and leave half in the fridge. I'll see how I go. A little bit of cold in there. I put a little bit of cold water in there. Put it back on the heat. If it's not too hot, it'll just come, it'll be kind of like soaking it for when I come to clean it. It'll be nice and easy. If it starts doing that, take it off the heat. But that'll just soften that up, so when I come and do the washing up, we'll be all good. Bam.